Okay, did I tell you about my latest house sale? So I got a list
market.
I know, and I was so excited because I knew it was going to sell for under 400,000, and there's hardly anything in that range.
In Flagstaff,
It's
really
a
good,
two bed, two bath. It's a manufactured home,
Okay.
but it has this beautiful yard, great neighborhood, and so I wanted to list it at $399, and I
Right.
took other realtors there to ask them their opinion, and everybody said it's too high. It's too
Oh.
high, and I was like, I do agree that it's high, but that's just the market right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just high. But I knew that if I listed it under 400, it was going to attract anybody who was looking between 300 and 400. It was going to fall into their lap, basically.
And the manufactured home market, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
what
what
it is. That's just what it is right now.
That is what it is.
And
Exactly.
so what ended up happening is I got an offer and it was in contract in 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Amazing.
And
that's so
they
good.
when they sent in the offer, it was a full asking price,
Mm-hmm.
but they added in a bunch of concessions. So they added in several $1,000s in concessions in order to buy down the rate and to help the home buyers with their first purchase. And I was like, great. And so I called up my sellers and I was like, what do you guys think? And they said yes. And it's going to be closed in like 3 weeks. So it'll be like 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks from the time that I put the sign in the yard to the time that it sold.
So good.
I know, I'm
smart.
so excited.
So the concessions they put towards closing costs, or hopefully they did a buy down of their rate.
They're going to do a buy down on the rate.
So smart.
Yeah.
Smart. What's happening is if you bought your home in 2018 or 2019,
Right.
then what happened? What happened in 2020?
It was like a mad dash. Everyone was trying to get
Exactly.
every house on the market was like sold.
Right, and so everybody flooded to the market. Why did they flood to the market? Because the interest rates went down to crazy low.
Yeah.
I had
2.5 to 3%. Yeah.
3%.
Yeah.
Very low interest rates. Okay, so hindsight 2020, right?
Yeah.
And so then all these people that started, they had bidding wars and stuff. Did you experience that?
It was like 10 offers at once, and everybody was just freaking out, basically asking, like, they would put in an extra 50 grand over asking price just to get the house.
Right, they would. And then, so my friend Zach, he was looking for a home in 2020, 2021 maybe, and it was 35 people on the same house. And no, he did not get it because he didn't want to go over appraised value.
Right.
I mean, who wants to do
then
that?
you have
Because
to
then
bring
you're
more
upside
cash to
down.
the table.
You're upside down.
Right.
Yeah. The thing is that I feel, and other people do as well. I mean, I work on an amazing team at Nexa. Lending, and my team lead, he's been in the business for 30 years, and we were just talking about this, and 25 feels like that, because what's happening is, and you're experiencing this too as a realtor, is that you're working with people, they're not quite ready to get into the market because they're waiting.
Yeah.
But 2025 is like maybe like 2018, 19.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And then as soon as, because everybody's talking about the
rate
Fed's
drop.
cutting the rates, and when they do that, then same thing's going to happen.
You're going to have 20 people trying to get one house.
Are you going to get concessions? No.
No. So if you're the only person coming to the table, then you can offer full asking price, and then you say, I want $20,000 in concessions so I can buy down the rate and I can pay all of my closing costs.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So then you buy down your rate and you don't have to really bring much cash to the table, right?
And for veterans, I do all mortgages, but when I'm working with veterans, they have zero money down payment, but they do have to have closing costs and earnest money. But I'm telling people right now, you're ripe to do that because you have the opportunity to get those concessions. And instead of lowering the price of the home, you're putting concessions, and then they come to the table with nothing, right? No closing costs, no nothing in there. Then they ride it out, because then you marry the house, you date the rate, and so then when it goes down,
you refinance.
But
and that's what like all of us did who bought our homes before 2020. In 2020, we all refinanced our houses, and so now we have 2.5% interest rate, which means we're going to keep this house forever. Either we'll rent it out or we'll live there forever, because we're never going to get a better deal.
Right. So what's happening right now, 2025, they're waiting it out. They're thinking the rates are going to lower, but the interest rates over the last 50 years, the average is 7.7.
Really?
Yeah. So we're actually below.
We're below.
Like my first home, 8.1%.
Wow.
I don't know what you paid on your first home, but I was happy at 8.1%.
I think ours was around 5.
Great.
But I remember my
awesome.
parents, like many, many years ago, it was 16%.
Oh yeah, that was the 80s.
That was the 80s.
That was the 80s. It was my uncle and aunt, 17, 18%.
Yes.
Which you know, wild. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's happening. Right. And so, but if you can think in terms of hindsight being 2020, you might be there right now. 2025.
That's true.
Can be reminiscent of 2018-19.
Yeah.
They might. I don't think we're going to ever see those interest rates again. 2.25.
It was a world pandemic. When are we going to have a world pandemic again? Hopefully never.
Not. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you're right.
And I think people are waiting for that.
Yeah.
And it's like, why wait? Just talk to people that are knowledgeable about the industry, right? We've got Tammy, real estate agent in Flagstaff.
Yep.
I'm Vets Funding Connections, and I am a loan officer and also a VA benefit specialist. Talk with us, and then, work with us, get your home, and then when things start to change, you're going to look back and be like, dang, I'm so glad that I went to this.
And I have another client coming up that's going to sell in the spring, and they thought their house was below 500, and I'm like, there's no way we're listing this below 6. Like, they don't understand how much their house has come up in value.
Right.
And it's how I'm going to make sure it sells in the 6s is by staging. And I have staged a little bit, but I think this house in particular is going to be so important for people to see this is how you can use the space, because it's kind of an awkward space, but it's in the trees, it's beautiful, it's everything that you love about Flagstaff.
It's in Flagstaff, right? You make such a good point, because especially with equity loans right now, because it's tax season and people are having to pay taxes, and they might be putting it on a credit card and paying like 25% interest. And what I'm talking to people about is saying, wait a minute, before you do that, people don't realize how much equity they have, because you just said it right there. They're thinking their house is worth this. It's not. But people who own their home, they have that beautiful interest rate, that way low interest rate. They don't want to mess with it. But they have all this. I mean, look how much when I had my house. I mean, I had a ton of equity in my home.
Like how much?
And I don't want to tell.
Like over 5?
I mean,
close.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good. But the deal is that to be able to tap into that equity. If I didn't have to sell it, then I would have tapped into that, because what could I do with that? I'm not changing my 2.25% interest rate. There's no way. I'm going to get a HELOC. I'm going to take that, and I'm either going to pay my taxes, pay off consumer debt, or I'm going to invest in another property.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
We took out a HELOC and we bought another property, and we have full-time renters in there, and we don't even have one day from like the time that one renter moves out to the next renter moves in. And like somebody moves out at 5 p.m., someone's moving in at 8 a.m. the next day.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
That's exactly what happens. So if you are looking at investing in property in Flagstaff, full-time renters is the way to go.
Yeah, and especially it's a college town. So you know that I just did the condo because I wanted to. I was paying for my kids' rent. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that, right? And then in that area, which is Railroad Springs, that is going to rent out
forever,
all the time. So you take equity from your home.
Unless
people have a bunch of cash flowing around, or maybe they're in a mafia or something.
Notice I'm not traveling anymore.
No,
they kicked me out.
The mafia kicked you out. Yes,
I'm no longer part of the travel mafia.
Because if all these people might have, there's a lot of people that have cash, but the normal people,
the rest of us,
we want to be investors too. And we want to, have generational wealth. So how do you do that? You leverage what you can. And you don't have a crystal ball, so you don't try to predict. And wait, if you have the opportunity,
you just move forward.
Freaking move forward. Because you can always change things later. So cheers. I love that you're here.